Hello, welcome to Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nipma.
And I'm Megan Williams on Ravelry and in real life, and we are the Stockinit Zombies.
Yeah.
Episode 6, in full effect.
Yeah. Yep. Woohoo. I don't know. It's not really a milestone.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Although my son turned 6 this week.
Yeah. That is a milestone.
Yes.
Yeah.
For him.
This just constitutes 6 weeks. If we were a new baby, what would we be doing at 6 weeks?
On the 3, 6, and 9.
Yep. Going through a growth spurt, probably.
Yes, there we go.
Yep. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yep. Sure did. Drove down to the mother-in-law's and had a birthday / Thanksgiving day, and my mom drove into town to celebrate with us, and it was a lot of fun. I visited the local yarn shop down there.
Yeah.
And scored myself a 30% off because you got to draw from a basket, and they were like 15 was your guaranteed low point, and then all the way up to 40, but they only had one of those. So I felt pretty cool at 30%.
Yeah, I did a little Black Friday shopping as well at Eat, Sleep, and Knit. And I was telling my husband about it, and he's like, well, at least because it was a random percentage as well, 10, 30, 50, and I think a couple people got free, 100%. And he's like, online, you really don't have an idea of whether or not they're being honest with that, right?
There's people who go, woohoo, I won!
Yeah.
Out on Ravelry.
Yeah. He's like, at least if you had like a scratch-off ticket or something, you would know that they're not like going, oh, this is a $100 order. Let's make sure it's not a 100%, you know. So
it's random. I
mean, I trust them. I mean, what would be their motivation to?
Well, and I know people who make several orders on that day.
Yeah, to try.
Yeah, so they like make a $30 order and they get the 10% off, and they're like, okay, let's make another $30 order.
Well, I was enticed to spend more than $75 by the free shipping again.
So free shipping. Her shipping isn't bad though.
No.
At least I haven't ordered anything in a while, but it was like if you got 1 or 2 skeins, it was still only $3, and then once you crossed 1 or 2 skeins, it got into the $5, $6 range.
Well, but I think across the board, everybody's shipping is going up just because shipping is getting so expensive these days.
Darn
it. Yep. So I just got 10%, but I had a $5 off. You get like a scratch off thing in your package, so I had a $5 off in the Eat, Sleep, Knit, and I got some fun stuff. So
Karen's won a skein of yarn from them before on the scratch off. So
our friend
people
Karen,
do win. Yeah,
Bulky, out on Ravelry, right?
Yes, Bulky.
We'll do a shout out to her.
Oh gosh, it's like take me back because the Bulky is a maiden name, amalgam, and so it's like wow, she's been married a long time, so that name kind of brings me back.
Yeah.
But how was your Thanksgiving?
We got the stomach flu. So when last we spoke, my son was just puking down the hallway, and he got over it in time for the car ride, so that was good. Okay. And he spent most of the time sleeping, which was also good because 3-year-olds don't generally sleep unless they're strapped down to a car seat. But then I got it, and my husband got it. I think actually the order was my husband, then me, and that's a good way not to gain weight over Thanksgiving.
I hadn't thought of it that way. What a plus.
Yeah. Last Thanksgiving I was vomiting, but it was because I had morning sickness. So, and I was definitely going to be gaining weight then. So that wasn't a good way to not be gaining weight. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Other than being sick, it was still nice to see everybody. So I'm glad your family escaped the stomach bug.
No, we were fine, and hopefully we still are.
Yeah, it's still going around. Ellie said that. Jeremy said, my husband said that there was quite a few people that he was talking to, that were missing from work, and Ellie was saying my daughter was saying somebody had gotten sick at school. So.
I should try not to Kitchener while I'm on video here.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's just getting started, and my brain's like thinking behind, over, under, through. But
I always, I say as if to knit, as if to purl. So I say knit, Purl, knit,
yeah.
purl.
I got it. Now let's start it. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish this, right?
Is it going to be a finished object on screen?
Maybe. Let's see.
Oh, goodness. Is this the second sock?
No, it's the first sock. No, that would be nice. That would be lovely. But I've been busy.
Yeah.
Finishing my good deal. Woohoo! It's on me.
Okay. Right into organically into finished objects.
Yeah. So, I put these cute little buttons that I got at the knitting next door, and I don't know. I didn't tack down the top.
Okay, like I did.
And I had quite a bit of yarn left over, and I have it here, but it's in a bag, and it's in a bag of a bag. So we don't need to look at that.
Yeah.
But then I also got those silly mittens done with the special silk hankies.
Mm-hmm.
So as I use them, I was wearing them. They kind of go up to my arm, and they only cover my hand, not my wrist. So there might be a sewing project involved with fixing them to cover my wrists more, because I'm over the knitting part of it. I don't want to knit on them anymore, but I thought maybe if I could sew like a ribbed cuff on them or something, or maybe just something interesting to keep them warm on my wrists. But they work, and it was an interesting project, and I do have some more silk hankies, so maybe I'll just be trying.
Really pretty. They seem warm too.
Yeah, they're nice. They're warm. I would probably have gone down a couple sizes in needle because the air does kind of cut through them. At least the Minnesota wind cuts through them, and
yeah.
Yeah, so the Minnesota wind was cutting through them when I was taking my kids to daycare, and so I didn't go quite that far, but I'm trying to think of what else. This was supposed to be one of my FOs, and it will be before the show's over because I just have to Kitchener these few stitches, and it's one sock down out of two. And I hardly ever get second sock syndrome, but this might be an exception because it's just so plain, and there's no patterning to it. It's kind of a rough bamboo and scratchy wool sock. It's not merino or cashmere or anything exciting to work with. The striping effect was kind of neat. It kind of got me through this long toe foot part, but I'm not looking forward to casting on the next one. And then another almost finished object that you will not see before it goes in the mail is this guy. See his little ears hanging off. I gotta sew it on. Poor little guy. But this is Victor. He came with my yarn purchase. Well, not him, but the pattern came with the yarn purchase, and it was a very easy pattern to sew up, obviously, since I got that yarn in the mail yesterday, and he's already almost done. So I worked on him today, and what did I want to say about him? He's super cute. Yeah.
And this is still just the Dancing Dog Dye Works.
Yep. Same Dancing Dog Dye Works that a lot of the other projects I've been knitting. I'm still working on that one ball.
Yeah.
With all the little projects that I'm getting done with it.
It's a super cute colorway.
Yeah. And I've been informed to shoot for the stars, Jake. Because I kept saying Star Jake something or other, but it's shoot for the stars, Jake. And I don't have any black nosies. It's supposed to have a safety nose on it. So I decided I'm going to sew his little nose on. But he needs to go in the mail this week, so he will not be back to the show. So.
Does he have a name?
The pattern said Victor, so
okay.
Victor.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
So do you have just bags full of these little safety eyes?
Yes.
In various sizes?
Yes, I go crazy every time I go and order on 60 eyes on Etsy. I go crazy. I buy like 3 or 4 sets of different colors and sizes because it's just fun to have them laying around. Lately, the 9mm have been the right size for the ones I've been making, so I'm running low on those. But all the rest of them I seem to be well stocked in. So, I shouldn't need any more. And
so do you buy, like, you said different colors, do you buy like white for a darker color monster slash animal, or?
I usually buy, they have a black center and then like a tan outer or a blue outer, or the green cat eyes. I bought some owl eyes. I bought a variety pack of really tiny ones. I bought pink noses, but not black noses, which he calls for a black nose, and I didn't think pink would look right on him with this colorway. Maybe the other colorway I have has more pastel-y colors, would have looked right, but I decided no pink nose on this one.
So it sounds like if I ever need an eye or nose, that you're my hookup.
Yeah, I have a bunch.
Okay.
But that's all I wanted to mention. I had another FO, my little Tony, the toy box monster, but I, packed him into a swap package and he went away.
He was the Christmas one, right?
Yeah, he was the Christmas one. He's out on the projects.
Cute.
And I shared him with the group, so you should be able to see him. He's like posed on a bookshelf, and I really liked him. I hated to see him go. But I have the picture, and he's going to a good home. It's a secret, so I don't know if my swap pal is watching, or, you know, I have a lot of different things that I'm doing right now that are minis associated, so it could be any of those people, right?
Yeah.
So it could be you, it could not be you, who knows. I want it to be more of a surprise, so I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah. But is that all your
That's
FOs?
it. The Good Dale was just, you know, I got that out, and I was like, woo! Yay!
Don't you absolutely, I have to knit more things with pockets.
Yeah.
I have like resolved, I'm going to knit more things with pockets because I wear it and I'm like, oh, a little iPod holder. Oh, I could put something in here. And I'm like constantly, I've either got my hands in my pockets or I'm putting my cell phone in there or my iPod or.
So, I do like these pockets.
Yeah.
I do like these pockets. I have another, my Moody has pockets, and I don't use those nearly as much, and maybe it's because it's a lot longer, and it doesn't put your hands at the comfortable elbow. It's more like a straight arm pocket, so I'm not using
I guess then I found, because mine feels so short on me, that like if you put things in the pockets, it elongates it a little bit. So maybe that's
true.
Which came first, the chicken or the egg here?
Yeah.
Maybe it being
the desire for pockets or the
shortness making me want to use the pockets that I have. So, all right, I'm going to get to the end of my row. This is,
She's got 2 this week.
I do, and it's, I was finishing this up over the Thanksgiving while we were sitting around, and people were kind of looking at me funny, but it's my Temporal Dorado, I believe, is the Italian, and it's made out of super bulky Lions brand. It's on my project page. What is it? It's not Thick and Quick. It's Hometown USA.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's a gift, and the people at Thanksgiving knew who I was giving it to, and all thought that it was an appropriate gift. I feel a little bit like a linebacker when I'm wearing it. Do I look like it? Like I've got shoulder pads on, I'm gonna tackle somebody. But
I can see how you might feel that
way.
way.
Do you want to try it on? And it's very
linebacker.
Linebackerish. But it was very quick knit, and I absolutely loved that each row was different, I guess. I mean, until I got to here. So it was like the antithesis of Stocking Knit Zombie. It was like each row is different. It's kind of like lace, but I'm making a lot of progress really quickly on it because it was a very quick knit. So I've been doing a lot of not stocking knit lately.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it. So that was that finished object. My other one doesn't have the ends weaved in quite yet, but it's the Springtime Bandit, and it's not blocked either. In the DK Fathom that I showed you guys last time. I don't know if you can like stretch it, and it would be, you'd be able to see the lace work in there, but some leaves and some kind of dewdroppy, and then on the edge some chevrons. And I did 5 repeats. The pattern called for 4. And it's going to be nice and big, especially after it's blocked. I think it's going to be less of a bandant and more of a shawl. So I absolutely love this color. And this is not for me, which makes me sad. But I'll knit myself another one.
I have that color at home too. I was going to knit my son a hat out of it, but
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. It's black, blue over black, basically. Mm-hmm. And again, very quick knit. I think I did it in like 3 days over Thanksgiving. And again, the pattern very intuitive, very fun. Lots of changes. I guess I'm not relatively, but I'm newer at the shawls because I don't really wear them a lot. Although I've worn a few of them. I call them scarves. Yes, you feel less old lady-ish. Again, putting my foot in my mouth, but
when I wear my shawlettes, they're scarves because I don't really wear them over my shoulders.
Yeah,
I do have a shawl, like a nice big shawl that I do wear over my shoulders, and I love. But I was a slower knitter, and it took a long time to finish, so it was kind of hard to, I don't know, just justify doing that again.
Yeah, yep. But I have to dress up now. I used to work at a technology firm, and we could wear jeans and basically this attire to work, unless we were meeting, with customers or had an important meeting. And now I have to dress up when I go to work because I've changed employers, and I find myself wearing those scarves more often because they're a little more dressy, and I get compliments on my knitwear, and so yep, here's the finished object. I will definitely be making another springtime bandit. It's a very fun pattern. It's very pretty, and I might show this to you guys when it gets blocked up. I bought some blocking wires today because I've never had them, but with something this large, I think the 5 million pins it justified the expense of buying some blocking wires.
And so, I have a friend who said that, when I bought my blocking wires and like, what did you buy? And I was showing her what I bought, and I was like, well, they were recommended, and I thought I would go ahead and splurge and get them this time through Knit Picks. And she said, oh, I could probably find something that would work like that. And I don't know how many months later it was. It might have even been like 2 months later. She's like, you got your money's worth. That was a good purchase.
Yeah.
Because apparently finding something else that works as well as actual blocking wires is difficult.
Yeah.
Or at least not as easy as you would think.
All right. So are we to works in progress?
I guess. Yeah, I can go.
Some of your finished objects technically were works in progress, but...
Yes, they are. Because I show one sock, and then like the next time I can show 2. It's not as interesting, but I feel like I did get one thing done. It's just part of a pair.
Yes.
So this is my Wheel o' Death here. And
it looks so skinny. You have
to
block
I have
the
to block
heck out of it. Yeah,
I do have to block the heck out of it.
Yes.
But the Wheel of Death is done. Woohoo!
Ooh. So it's done. You just have to get the sleeves and the seaming, huh?
Sleeves are in here with this giant ball of yarn. Just barely started. But I'm excited to be on the sleeves because this is a ribbing net zombie. I don't know what to call it. Awfulness. It's just so much ribbing. And I heard there were people out on the boards that did like 2 or 3 of these things.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know how they did it. Like, they must really enjoy ribbing, or they thought that the finished project was so worth it when they got done they wanted another one, or they wanted to make one for their mom or a friend, and they decided that it was worth it to get, but at this point I don't know what would possess me to cast on another one. Like, what could possibly possess me? So.
And how much? Do you remember how much shipping was on those huge? Because I got 4 skeins of Woo Boo.
Probably
You
20.
got 4 skeins of Woo Boo. And Karen, bulky again, got 4 skeins of Woo Boo. Gosh,
I think it was...
They're ginormous.
I think it was like $20. It was a big box.
Yeah.
It was a surprisingly big box of yarn that I got.
And you did good on your wrap and turns as well. It's hard to see them.
Yes, my invisible wrap and turns.
Woohoo!
They'll be a lot more impressive when I get it all stretched out. But they're in there, you just can't see them.
Woohoo! That's the point, right?
Right. And then I started a Stephen West book 3. Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay.
I looked at it today.
Okay. So Stephen West book 3, I pre-ordered, and he released a handful, like more than a handful, like 5 of the patterns early to us because they're having delays on the actual book. And we're supposed to get digital copies too. So these are the Dustland mitts.
Ooh, 2 at a time.
Yeah, I'm doing 2 at a time. And I'm enjoying this so much because it is fingering weight on size 4 needles. And I don't know what's so relaxing about that, but it is. It's just so much more relaxing than working on teeny tiny needles with teeny tiny yarn.
What yarn is it?
This is the Shibui, Shibui sock yarn.
Oh, it's super squishy.
Yeah.
And I like the slight color
Yes.
changes. It really makes the pattern pop out.
This blue was really hard to film, so hopefully it comes out. I'm almost sad because the patterning is disappearing because it's a really dark. But this was the color of the, I don't know, it was the color I wanted the mitts to be. So it's like I'm knitting this for the FO and I want it to be a certain color. But so far I'm loving the pattern. It's just a simple texture change as you go up. You have to do 8 of these sections before you even start the thumb gusset, so they're going to be nice and long. And I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't really looked at the other patterns that he gave us. I think there were some hats, one that matches the mitts, and then some other hats. But right now I can't think of what they were. And then of course the socks, which are the FO / whip.
You need like a hybrid.
Yeah.
3-letter acronym.
Progress.
Working finished object. A WFO.
That could be. Doesn't make much sense.
Or a WIFO, a working finished object.
I am proud to say that even with all these whips going, I posted all of my finished Nerd Wars, so I completed all 6 challenges again this time. Hopefully I've justified them well enough to get all the points again this time.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so exciting, but it is. Like, they announce them, like, these are the people who completed at 100%, and they give you a little badge that you can put as your avatar, like, I did it. And I didn't post it, but I thought it was cute that they did that for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really like it. And I mailed off my squares to the charity for our Team Unity project. So Heather, be on the lookout. They are headed your way. I'm not sure if she's watching, but if she is,
yeah,
we have our squares in the mail. And I forget what else I sent. I sent off a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, you must have.
Not knitted related, but went to the post office and got lots done, including getting some Pixar stamps. They have some Forever stamps that are Pixar, so they have like Buzz and I don't know, just Cars, and they have all the characters of the most popular movies of theirs. Ratatouille was on there. I thought it was cute.
And that convinced you to buy them.
Yeah, well, and they're forever stamps, so you know.
Those are an investment. You know, the price of stamps go up. That is money in your pocket.
And I do send snail mail. I do send that stuff. Well, it's finished except for this string. I still have to sew something.
Work in finished object?
But you know what? It's going to stay that way until the other one gets done. So it's as finished as it's going to be until the end. And I can start sewing this ear on. But that's my whips. You can.
All right. Again, end of the row. Just titillating tonight, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, it feels like we have a lot of long transitions here. But or me just
it's
going,
like nudge, nudge. Megan, could you quit your knitting and get to talking, lady?
No, it's more of a, like, I spent a lot of time just kind of gazing at my whips, and I didn't bring any of them over. Like, oh well.
These are cafe latte mitts. They are free out on Ravelry. They are free Ravelry download. And this is what I'm knitting it out of. Here's my Jessie Lou bag. Pac-Man. It's cute. But there's no Pac-Man. There are only ghosts.
Only ghosts.
So I spent a fair amount of time.
Like, where's Pac-Man?
Where's Pac-Man? And this is funny because this is my first in, first out, my FIFO. This is one of the first, it's Sheep Shop Yarn Sheep Feet. This is in modern colorway, this is one of the first fancy yarns I bought. I believe that I bought 3 skeins in 3 different colorways. And I went and showed, this is when Amy and I worked at the same place, and I went and showed her, look Amy, look, I got some fancy yarn.
From Webb's, I believe.
Yes, it was from Webb's. It was the first time that I had bought anything that wasn't acrylic in base. So, but they're coming along pretty fast. I finished my Springtime Bandit last night. I did the bind off, and so these are just 8 days worth of, and they're really big. This is sport weight yarn on 4s, I believe, but I kind of have small hands, but I've been trying them on randomly on my husband, and they fit him, so they could be for a male or a woman. I haven't decided who they're going to be to, but the variegation kind of hides the decreases and increases, but if you really look at it, you can see them. I mean, I guess it's not cabling, it's just decreases and increases, so it's not like I'm doing a huge amount of work for not a lot of bang. But those are my work in progress, and I am going to do a next up. Okay. All queued up. My Skyway Soulmate, which I won another blog contest.
She is good at that. Like, she has won more prizes than I have ever. And the only reason I won the Knit Girls one is because she entered me.
I don't know. I don't like. I've never been lucky in my life, but I think it's the fact that I read thousands of blogs. I mean, a couple wins every thousands of blogs isn't a lot. But it was their Brick House is the pattern, I believe. And it was what was your feel-good song. And mine is Stevie Wonder's Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Oh.
So I think it was just random, but that was my choice in song. And so I won some more Soulmates. So now I've got the one that I got for Cookie A, and I've got this one that I bought off of the Loopy U in Skyway. And I've got 2 more colorways and a free pattern heading my way.
2 more colorways, wow.
Of Lorna's Laces Soulmate.
Was it random, or do you know what colors they're going to be?
I don't know. I think it might be random. I don't know. Maybe the blog says what the colors are. I was just like, look what I want.
Yeah,
sent my address off. So, and these are going to be from Cookie A's Sock Club. The first time that I've been gonna knit a pattern after I didn't sign up because I hadn't knit a pattern. It's the slide socks, and I couldn't get my husband to agree to any patterns because I would show them and he would be like, why can't you just make simple socks? And I'm like, because you have a size 12 foot and I am not knitting simple socks and with this long of the foot, and he doesn't like short socks. I kind of like short socks. I don't know if you can see my cheap socks here. I like short socks.
Show us your feet, Megan.
Yeah, well, I have to, it's like visual aids. Look, I like short socks. So when I knit socks, I often, kind of cut them short. I don't like them clear up my calf. And my husband could have, halfway up his calf, and he's got a really long leg compared to mine. So anyway, these are fairly simple but interesting enough for me. And so hopefully he doesn't take one look at them and go, why are those so fancy?
He hasn't. Oh, that's right. You weren't going to ask permission.
I'm not going to. It's not. This is a non-negotiable. If he doesn't want them, I will give them away to somebody out there whose husband will enjoy a size 13 or 12 sock knit out of Soulmate, because that's just that. Beggars can't be choosers.
My husband doesn't. He has a size 10.5 foot, so I'm glad I don't have to knit those.
Yeah.
And he's okay with it as long as it doesn't get fancy down where his shoe is.
Yeah.
So as long as it's nice.
The foot of this, it goes from the instep around, right?
Right, and that's not too much texture. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, and the bottom of the foot will be fine. So I normally knit my socks toe up, which is kind of ironic that I signed up for a cookie
Top
sock.
down.
Sock club. Yep, she's primarily top down, but I think it's also going to be ironic because I think I'm going to knit these not in front of him so he doesn't make any comments about my pattern choice. And so my husband is going to force me out of monogamy. I'm not going to be a monogamous knitter with these.
Funny.
And here we go, another finished object. Oh, I had to make fun of her.
Well, his nose needs to be sewn on, and you won't see him before the nose gets sewed on because the black yarn is at home. But yes, just a small ear. He's done.
Yay, another finished object. Another wifo becomes an Ephraim. So yeah, that's my all queued up. Now let's go on to acquisitions and enabling, which we kind of started off with that. I mean, kind of 'tis the season, I guess.
Yeah.
You got your
Oh yeah.
You're giving me a hard time.
Well, I was trying to think like which one to talk about first. I'll talk about fictional yarn.
Ooh.
The Three Irish Girls out on their forums had a surprise, like Monty Hall style, well, the first offer is this, and then tomorrow I'm going to have another offer, and the next day I'm going to have another offer. On Sunday, it was buy one skein, get, a small amount, blah, 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 get all the way up to 5 skeins, and it was 30% off. So guess who ordered 8 skeins at 30% off?
Woohoo!
So I have a sweater's worth, and then 2, I think it was 2 sock yarn colorways that I was coveting. So that was, I don't know. I lost my mind for some reason. And
sales, they can get you.
I know, 30% off. That doesn't happen very much. So this is my 30% off that I had mentioned on my trip to Iowa.
Is that Dahlia?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got some of that DK twist.
But they only had 2. And I looked 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 and I found nothing else I wanted to buy. Because I had the 30%, I just kept thinking, there's got to be something else here I want/need.
Oh, you knew before you...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I knew beforehand. Because they said, come draw before you shop. And, okay. And I kept looking, again, I had nothing I needed. So, I scooped up the only 2 pashminas they had. Maybe if they had more, I would have acquired more. But, and it was beautiful color.
Yes. I guess I could just be petting you too.
Yes, I have my...
Where she's bathing in pashmina today.
But this, I don't know what to do with 2 skeins. So, there's probably a lot of short sleeve little vesty things that I could make.
Yeah, well, that's over $720.
Or a short sleeve, I guess, pullover. So, suggestions? Probably a cardi would be best because then you can kind of take it up. I don't know, it gets warm if it's a pullover.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, suggestions if you want to make a few for my beautiful pashmina. I just knit with pashmina, and this is not a first in, first out by any means. So yeah. I probably won't get to it for a while. And then I scored in the Dancing Dog Dye Works. This is called Lindsay Rocks.
You got that pretty quick, huh?
Yes, I did. Lindsay is a moderator on her threads, on her group. So Lindsay Rocks, this is the colorway that is for their moderator.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it's fun. Black, white, pink. I just kind of went with which one looks best for me, and some of them were a lot of like blue, blue, green, 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 blue. I don't know. I just wanted a high contrast, so black, white, pink.
Yeah.
And scooped it up, put it in my cart, and it was here yesterday, so less than a week after I scooped it up. So that was cool.
We have Amazon Prime, and so now things that take a normal amount of time, you don't get like free 2-day shipping. Like, is it ever going to get here? It totally spoils you.
I have Prime as well.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the Hunger Games because of their free rental, the book rental. And so that's fun.
Yeah.
I like Prime. It's getting better
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to up the price, though.
I hope
Since
not.
they keep on adding things to...
Mine doesn't renew until August, so I guess I'm good for a while.
Yeah. We originally signed up for Christmas because we were doing last-minute Christmas shopping, so ours always comes up around this time of year.
And that is it for my acquisitions and enabling. I, like I said, my royal yarn hasn't gotten here yet, so I have like those. How many skeins did I get of that? 6 skeins that are on their way, and I ordered 8 more. And there's, so it's like 3 Irish Girls has me in this perpetual like loop here. Like, oh, that yarn didn't come before the next big special, so I gotta go to the,
They've got you on the hook.
They do. They got me. I was upset that I let my club lapse, so now I couldn't order the MCNs or the they have McClellan DK out there now, or McClellan. Okay, it's a street up in Minneapolis. And so I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh well. So I got the regular bases, and but I'm sad because I wish I had gotten Glenhaven.
Yeah.
Now that'll save me some money, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to pay for the cashmere.
Oh, I love me some cashmere.
You have some acquisitions?
I do. My my fictional yarn is now real. I think I now have over $600 worth of lace yarn. I was like, why did I do it? It was $55. Yes, and I have a little girl who absolutely loves purple. So I've seen a lot of it go up for sale. If anybody's looking at destashes of lace yarn, people, no, not the purple, but just lace yarn in general. I don't know if people have bought a lot and now like Christmas sales, or they need the money for Christmas, but it's dark purples and light purples, and I have a little girl who likes both of those. So again, lace yarn in the little Ludmina colorway. And rescanning up. That is it for me. I got my yarn order from Eat Sleep Knit, which was I got some Tosh stock in Earl Grey colorway. I thought that would be cute because my husband likes tea, although it is wool, so don't know if he would wear them. And a bunch of TML for unknown cardigan / pullover. So Tosh Merino Light. Sorry.
She's a Metal and Tosh fanatic.
I'm officially
all the geek talk over in those boards. I'm sure everybody who's out there on those boards knows exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I have some of that for an Austin hoodie in Crimson. but it's sitting still in the tissue. So I keep thinking like, oh, it's going to stay in the tissue until I figure out when I want to cast on. But you get through one sweater, and then this one made a huge leap in progress. So I'm like, now I really need to power through these 2 sweaters before I cast on any more sweaters.
Yeah.
And then maybe I will think about, probably a big bulky yarn one. 2 sport weight ones.
Okay, well, organically, Amy segues again. Organic is the word of the episode. I was thinking that a couple of people have mentioned that they thought we should do a knit along, and I love that idea. But we were kind of waiting until after Christmas time frame. But people were saying let's make the decision now, such that people could have their supplies ready in the new year. And we both mentioned that we wanted to knit a shalom. So I was thinking free pattern. I think it goes pretty quickly because you don't have to put sleeves on it if you don't want to. It's just a short little cardigan. So I was thinking shalom, but I think we could open up a thread out there and people could make suggestions, and we can use the like buttons and vote.
Or a poll. I love those.
Yeah.
A little clicky on the polls.
Yeah.
We can do that as moderators. Now I have to figure out how to do it.
We have the technology. Yes. Or rather, Ravelry has the technology, and we can utilize it.
Yes. And I enjoy those, too, because it's like always like, oh, I wonder what everybody else is picking. And then when you finally click on it, you're like, oh, I picked poorly.
Wah, wah. Do you watch Modern Family?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Mitchell did that to one of Cameron's jokes.
No.
He was like, there's no such thing as a supportive wah wah. It hurt his feelings.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The only other thing I was going to mention, it's not really a book review, but today in my mailbox I got a jimmybeanswool.com catalog, and I thought it was really cute. I've obviously not been on their mailing list because it says it's the Rowan issue 3. I've not been on their mailing list when they've sent these out, or maybe they don't do them very often. But I thought it was a really great idea. It's almost like getting interweave knits, minus that you don't get free patterns. But it comes up, it's got the yarns and all of the pretty palette, and then it shows a bunch of things that were knit up with it. And patterns, and it's got this one doesn't have the pattern names very well, but it's all Rowan yarns, and there's some of these that are just beautiful, and it's kind of like a magazine, but it's a catalog.
This is
the Cocoon.
Yeah, the Cocoon is one of my favorite yarns.
What did you knit up with it?
A vest, cardigan vest in gray.
Did you call it your Jedi?
Yes, probably.
Your Jedi vest.
My Jedi vest.
Yeah.
And then
mohair. I'm always scared of mohair. I don't know why.
This one is so soft and squishy. But I have enough. I think it's this Crag. I don't see it there. Bummer. It's a really neat sideways pattern. No, I have a neat sideways pattern that I'm gonna knit up in the other color.
Yeah. So I'm not going to show any of you show the ones that I like in here, the patterns that I like in here, because you wouldn't be able to see them because they're really hard to see.
They're dark and small, and
yeah. But it's neat to look through. It's almost like a pattern/yarn lookbook, I guess.
Oh yeah.
And I like it. I like this Love Magazine 50. So that must be the Rowan.
That's fairly recent.
Yeah, the
Magazine 50.
Magazine 50.
I have 42, and it is my favorite. I haven't bought any others.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, looked through them, and went, it's not as good as 42.
Yeah.
42 is my favorite.
I always think about it when I'm trying to get to that 75.
Oh.
And like, I'll just throw one of those in. And then it's got a free color work vest pattern in it. So I don't know that you can go out there and sign up and get this catalog if you're interested. But I was like, ooh, it made me want to buy yarn. Not like that's a hard thing to do. But I like Rowan yarn.
Well, the spending must stop in our household.
Yeah.
We have decided no more spending unless it's gifts, because we just dealt with the birthday.
Yeah.
And I made like several yarn purchases, and
yeah, I was just gonna say we were gonna make a Blue Moon Fiber Arts order.
Yes, we are.
But hearing what you just spent, perhaps not, huh?
Well, it'd be about equal amounts to what I was going to order with you that I spent with 3 Irish Girls.
Yeah.
They weren't terribly expensive skeins of yarn, but it was like, oh, I bought 8, because I had to get 2 of each of the Kel's Sport, because I wanted to make a hitchhiker with one of them. And, you know, in order to make it nice and big, I wanted it to have 2 skeins to play with. And then the other one I needed 2 because that would fit a size 5 girl, or 6. 5 or 6 girls, so I was like, I gotta get that because it was a nice purple colorway that I was getting for my daughter, so gotta buy 2. And then when I calculated out, okay, that's a $30 whatever for my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I always figure in the entertainment.
No,
budget.
I agree. I could be out drinking or doing something else.
And you have something to show for it at the end of your entertainment instead of just literally going down the toilet. So, literally.
Yes.
So, I was noticing that when we were holding things up, now we can look in our reflection in the window and you can kind of see that what we're holding up. When I was holding up the book.
Oh, I see.
So, can you not?
Just me? I can see it.
Okay.
It's just...
Anyway, this is again very titillating for you guys out there. You're like, God, could you guys quit talking about the camera? Okay, well, I think that's about it. I was going to do a zombie shout out, and I saved it for the end because I didn't want to. I guess maybe not a positive thing to end on, but today is my sister's birthday, so I wanted to wish my sister Melly a happy birthday, and she passed. This is the 5th birthday that we've had without her, so she passed away when she was 23, and I just know that she's smiling down from heaven on us doing this because we have not videotapes, we have cassette tapes of me interviewing her, pretending that we were a radio show growing up, and so she got started with me on this whole podcasting deal, and I like to celebrate her birth on this day and not have it be a sad occasion. But she was a wonderful, beautiful, vivacious, fun person, and I just wanted to, I guess, dedicate this to her today. So
yeah. She was gonna work for the DNR.
Yeah, and the National Resource Consortium. She was going to be dealing with forestry. She was engaged to be married, and just a cautionary tale to anybody that's out there. And my own propaganda here. Yeah, my own propaganda here. She was a collegiate athlete that died from a pulmonary embolism, which is very uncommon for a 23-year-old collegiate athlete. And she was on Yaz, and recent studies have come out that have shown that birth control is 2 to 3 times more common to have a pulmonary embolism or a blood clot, that a stroke, lung ends up somewhere. So if you're on Yaz, talk to your medical provider about possibly getting off of it. We can't say definitively that is what caused her death, but it's the only factor. Yeah, it's the only factor that we can really come up with.
Because it was a recent thing, and it was So
yep. So be aware, and if we can save lives by telling folks, then that's well served. My sister's death is well served. So.
Yeah. I mean, again, when the doctor tells you, it is a really small percent still, but it's still 3 times more than with any other.
Which is a completely unnecessary risk, in my opinion, having lost my sister. So better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, let's talk about something positive because she would not want us to be sad.
I thought of something.
Okay.
We got 300 members. We got 300 members. So we get a little happy dance here.
Yeah.
Woo. So I guess that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. Well, happy knitting.
Happy knitting. Bye, oofta.
I hoofed it, right?